Okay, the little dude's asleep. I'm gonna go to the garage and do a long overdue garage cleanup, and we're also gonna ride wrap my bike, and then we're gonna talk about the bike that I'm gonna be riding for the 2025 mountain bike season. Let's go. Okay, so my garage is a mess. Hopefully the baby naps long enough so that I can clean this up, film a little bit of a YouTube video. Yeah, getting things in between naps is pretty hard, but yeah, having a kid's hectic. It's great. Anyways, let's do a little time lapse. I'll clean the garage, and we'll go from there. Woo! Holy smokes, that feels good. It's nice to have a clean garage where I can do work on the bike and all that kind of jazz. It is the first day of spring, so I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're buried under, centimeters and centimeters, almost a meter of snow, so I don't think we'll be riding bikes anytime soon, but for my own sanity, it makes me feel good to have my workbenches cleaned off and a place where I can tinker on the bikes before I can get out and ride. So without further ado, let's talk about the bike that I'll be riding for the 2025 mountain bike season. All right, so this is my Gen 3 Norco optic. It is the optic that came out last year. It has a high pivot. It's pretty darn cool. It definitely punches above its weight, and I also have it set up skewing more towards the enduro side of the spectrum and less so towards the trail bike side of the spectrum. I have 150 mil RockShox Lyric up front. It has the RockShox Vivid out back, which just makes the bike feel like an absolute couch. Like, having ridden the Sight and this, honestly, the differences are not too huge. They ride quite similarly. I find this bike is just a little less wallowy, so you can pop a little better and carry speed a little bit better. I haven't really had a chance to try it in the super rough, chunky stuff yet, but I know it will definitely fall short there compared to the Sight at least. But I'm pretty excited to have this as sort of like my go anywhere, do anything bike. My plan is to also get a lighter wheel set so that I can have sort of a lighter trail bikey setup for the Gatineau Park if I want to, instead of having two separate bikes. And yeah, right now as it stands, I have it set up with some DT FR541 rims that are laced to some DT 250 hubs, which is completely overkill for a trail bike, and they're not the lightest, but they're super durable, and I'm pretty much sold on aluminum wheels now after riding them only last year. I didn't break any, which is great, and I am pretty notorious for breaking carbon rims, so yeah. And thanks to the fine folks at Full Cycle Ottawa and LTP Sports, I was able to get my fingers on a set of SRAM Maven Ultimate brakes. I'd initially ordered the base model, but they were able to find the Ultimate model, and I'm pretty stoked I got them. They're silver, they look really cool, and they stop like it's nobody's business. So I'm pretty excited to really put them through their paces this season. I'm about 155 pounds. I'm running the old SRAM rotors because you actually get a little less stopping power with those. And I think it's the stock resin pads that they came with. And honestly, like, I wouldn't have them any stoppier, to be honest. Like, they're pretty nuts. Like, they almost throw you off the bike when you hit the brakes, which is kind of crazy. The bike is also sporting the GX Eagle transmission, T-type situation. And, I'm not married to it. If they do come out with a mechanical version of this, I will likely try that. I'm not a huge fan of batteries, and I have it, so I think one of the gears of the cassette just doesn't shift right, and I can't seem to fix it, no matter how much micro adjust I use. I know I had issues with the T-Type XO1 that I had on my Santa Cruz Bronson as well, and I had to have that derailleur warranted. So, like I said, I'm not married to it, and things seem to go wrong, and they don't seem to be able to fix them. So, yeah, not to be super negative, but I'm not all about the battery T-Type situation, but it just seems to be what I have. Maybe I'll try Shimano, who knows? Thanks to the fine folks at Energy Enterprises, I'm also running Maxxis tires, double down front and back. I think I have an Assegai up front, and I have a DHR2 in the back, the classic combo. I'm also running Cushcore Trail in the front and back. Once again, thank you, Energy Enterprises. And yeah, so this is quite a burly trail bike, and it definitely holds up. Stay tuned to the end of the video too, because I'm going to share some riding footage from Domaine Kanawe that I did at the end of last season that I haven't posted yet. And I think it was the second ride on this bike, and this thing just ate up the new DH Juice sort of free ride line, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I was absolutely blown away. I also forgot to mention that I do have it set up as a mullet, but I also have the link, so I may flip it to a 29er for the trail bike setup, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, now that we've got all that out of the way, now we're going to ride wrap the bike. This is just the basic covered protection kit. I don't know what they did to ride wrap, but they changed the recipe, and I can now do it successfully without having a million air bubbles underneath. So thank you, ride wrap, for whatever you've done. makes my life a lot easier. Oh, oh. It's actually like very satisfying when you get it. Oh, Jesus. Just popped a clip. And we're back. You. You! Yeah, buddy! Let's go! Yep! Later, chaps.
Have a good one.
So sad. Boing! Right on, buddy. All right, thanks for tuning into the video, and thank you again to all of my channel partners, Full Cycle Ottawa, Norco Bikes, and Energy Enterprises. I will hopefully see you all out on the trail later this spring. enjoy the spring thaw, get your bikes tuned up in advance because things are gonna get really busy with shops. If you don't do it, you might get held up. Anyways, I will see y'all later. Bye.